Oh yes. He put out a fat files a couple days ago. And for you exercise enthusiasts, you may find this rather interesting because yes, it is about Planet Fitness, the gym that doesn't want you there. Which I have a suspicion I know where he's going to go with some of this. Exactly. So I can't wait to see what he says that I hadn't even thought of. Let's go.
Went to run some errands with my wife the other day, and one of her errands was to go into this new gym in town and get a membership because they had like tanning beds or massage beds or something that she wanted to use. And we went in, and immediately nothing made any sense whatsoever, and I rapidly became convinced that they were up to something. And I'm going to figure out what it is.
Oh!
Today we're talking about Planet Fitness, okay? We all know what Planet Fitness is. We've all seen the memes on the internet. I'm not going to waste time with a big intro. We're going to get the ad out of the way, and then I'm going to be unhinged the entire time. Let's get to the ad.
Hold up. I can't block this. I cannot block this adorableness. Oh my God.
Be unhinged the entire time. Let's get to the ad.
His son is so cute.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
You had to go to school and pay for my school.
Oh, if you say delete me, I'll pay for your school.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Good job. Finally.
Yay!
All right, you guys know the deal. Delete me. Online subscription model. You give them money every month. They turn around and make sure that data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. What does this actually do in practice? It gets rid of your personal info, isn't just floating around the internet for anybody to be able to buy for a couple of bucks. Okay, I know what you're thinking because I thought the same thing. I don't want to give delete me all my personal information either. I'm trying to get my personal information off the internet.
His son
Why
is
would
his
I give
legal
it to an
employee.
internet company? You don't have to give them your personal information. It's honestly kind of creepy. I gave them my name and my email address, and that was it. They came back to me a couple of days later and was like, is this your address or one of your previous addresses? It was. Is this your mom's full name? Uh-huh. Is that your dad's full name? Uh-huh. Are you related to this person? Did you go to this high school? They knew everything about me and knew exactly who I was just by me giving them my name and my email. All I had to do was answer a couple of yes or no questions as to whether or not that was in fact me, which it was, at which point they're like, cool, go ahead, pay for our subscription service. We'll go to all the data brokers where we found this information and force them to delete it. And as long as you keep being a paying member, they will continue to monitor all these data brokers for your personal information, and if these data brokers do acquire it again, they will force them to delete it again. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. I've been using them since before they were paying me to talk about them, and I'm going to keep using them after they quit paying me to talk about them. If you want to give it a try, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, so here's what happened. I took my wife into Planet Fitness. We walk in immediately. I'm drawn to the fact that everything's hideous. It's Barney purple. It literally looks like the engineer from the McDonald's play place made a gym. So immediately in my head, I'm like, why on earth would you do this? And I'm like, oh, they probably bought it because nobody else was buying the Barney purple gym equipment. They probably got a really good deal on it at a steep discount, and that's why the membership's so cheap. That makes sense. Okay, moving on. Then I see like the 6-foot tall poster on the wall of all the rules for the gym.
Yeah, look at this. No dropping weights, no grunting, no deadlifts, no power lifts, no string tank tops, no work boots, no gym bags on the floor, no gallon jugs in the gym, no overnight lockers, no jeans, no sandals, no cell phones, no personal equipment. Like, yeah. And my guess is they are trading on brand alone. That is my guess as to where Nick's gonna go with this, is that they somehow they were like, I'm wondering if this wasn't the original thing. That the original Planet Fitness may not have had all of this. Then they got super popular and they realized, hey, it's a hell of a lot easier to maintain a gym if the equipment's not being used, so it doesn't need to be serviced, where we only get like the pretty girls in there that are just running on treadmills and doing Pilates. And so if we do all this, it's going to keep all the men away, and we're going to primarily get like pretty girls in here maybe, or slightly overweight girls trying to get fit or something. I don't know. But that's my guess is it didn't start this way and it turned into this after a while. And then they just started trading on the brand, and for some reason it works. I don't know.
And like some of them are like fine, like, you know, no grunting, which, you know, a little bit of grunting, fine. But if you're like screaming, obviously being annoying. I can see where that's an issue. No dropping the weights. Again, you drop a little bit of weight, not a big deal. You drop 600 pounds that you can barely lift. Yeah, you're being a dickhead. Like, I get that, but the rules get progressively more insane. Like, no bringing personal gym equipment. Like, I can't bring a jump rope to the gym. What are we talking about? No powerlifting.
Yeah.
Again, what's the definition of powerlifting to these people? Because if you're not grunting and you're not dropping the weight, what's the issue with moving a lot of weight? Don't really understand. No.
Yeah, I know. There was that whole thing about. Actually, didn't that get resolved? There was like a whole thing about that someone that was claiming to be trans, but actually wasn't, and was actually an autogotophiliac, was trying to get into the women's locker room, or like they went into the girls' locker room and scared the shit out of this one woman's daughter, and it was a whole thing, and they were like, no, we respect her gender, and it was totally fine, even though the person wasn't actually trans, and they were a creep, and they were just trying to get a look at young girls, and there was like a whole fight, and I thought it ended up, I can't remember how that resolved. I don't remember how that whole thing ended up getting resolved. If basically Planet Fitness stood by their thing, or if Planet Fitness like backtracked on it, or what. Did Planet Fitness ever serve people pizza? Yes, and Nick's gonna go into that. Yeah, they will actually do like a pizza day and stuff people with pizza. Like once a month or once every 2 weeks or something. Like that part, I'm sure he'll get into.
Because if you're not grunting and you're not dropping the weight, what's the issue with moving a lot of weight? Don't really understand. No 1-gallon jugs of water. What? Why do you care what I'm carrying water around in?
You'd
Yeah.
keep your mouth shut if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
At this point, I become convinced that this is just an ugly-ass gym that's being run by somebody that runs an HOA as well. It's just somebody that's micromanaging the shit out of everybody else on the planet for no fucking
Pretty
reason.
much,
And then the
yeah.
kicker, no tank tops. Obviously, I'm out. I'm not going to a gym that doesn't support the Second Amendment, but, you know, whatever. This isn't for me. My wife wants to go here. I don't have to go here. It's fine. She can get the membership to use the tanning bed. Whatever. So after the tour, she goes, she fills out the paperwork. She, checks the little box yes to agree to the contract, and then she hands the paperwork.
Planet Fitness banned everyone who complained about the situation until the guy was actually arrested. Really? That's what they did. That's how that ended up being fucking hell.
Goes, she fills out the paperwork, she, checks the little box yes to agree to the contract, and then she hands the paperwork back to the clerk, and the clerk is like, okay, now we just need a blank check, and I'm like, I'm gonna pay with a credit card instead, and then you can just keep the credit card on file, like, I don't know, every other business on the planet. At which point the clerk informs me, we don't take credit cards, we have to have a blank check, it's the only way we'll accept your membership, that's our policy.
Fuckity bye. I'm sorry, beyond deal breaker. That is just opening you up to like a financial theft and potentially identity theft. There's not a snowball's chance in hell, if I'm signing up for a membership somewhere, that I'm going to give them a blank check. Fuck no. Never gonna happen. That's immediately, I'm like, cool, Ben, you don't need my membership. Fuckity bye. And I'm out the door.
Year is it?
Okay, immediately, I know what the issue is. I know why this policy exists because I'm part owner of Pepperbox TV, which is a subscription-based streaming service. This is also a subscription-based business, and one of the biggest loss of subscriptions is when people like lose their credit card or debit card and then they forget to resubscribe to your service, and that's how you lose a bunch of subscriptions. They're trying to avoid that by getting direct access to your bank account because at the bottom of every check
Just
is your
scammy
routing
as
number and
fuck.
your checking account number. Okay, that makes sense. Pretty smart. The reason I don't do it.
Okay, he's saying it's pretty smart. I disagree. Oh fuck, I hit the wrong button. I disagree. In this day and age, no, it's not smart. In this day and age of identity theft and people basically like doing fraudulent check stuff, yeah, it's smart for them. It's not smart for the consumer. It's not smart for the user. Like, let me make this very, very clear. Never give someone a blank check. Ever. Never give someone a blank check because, right, number one, who the fuck has checks anymore? That's number one. Who even has checks in the first place? Number two, handing someone a blank check, you might as well be handing them your entire bank account. Because it would not be all that difficult for them to, it can be a voided check. If it's a voided check, maybe. The only fucking maybe if it's a voided check. You have a checkbook? Well, mechanic, you are one of the few. You're one of the few that I know that sells a checkbook. Like a voided check actually would work because that's void written in big letters on it. Sure, like that'd be okay. But just a flat out like rip a blank check out of your checkbook and hand it to them. No, because then they could actually fill it out, forge a signature, and take and take you for everything. Because as much as they might want to profess like, oh, we're professionals. That there are plenty of scumbags working in these. But it has your info. See, the thing with a voided check, yes, it has your info, but if you're going to be giving them like information, like financial information, this is not unheard of for them to get like financial info to keep on file. That in and of itself is not the problem I have. It's give them a blank check. Because Nick didn't say a voided check. Nick said a blank check, which is just an empty check that they could fill out any dollar amount they want at any time and then forge a signature and drain you. And yes, it sounds crazy, but shit like this does happen. There is still check fraud happening to this day, and they could drain your account. I realize that that's not what they're after, but guess what? Not every person that works for Planet Fitness is someone with morals and scruples. I dare fucking you that they are probably hiring someone that does not have the greatest scruples when it comes to making sure their customers are safe.
Planet Fitness has been notorious for making
That's
it
what
so
I'm
difficult
saying.
to cancel
So
their
giving them a
subscription.
voided check that
Like
has the banking info, okay, I get like that I could be okay with. But just a flat out tear a check out of your checkbook and hand it to them, where it's completely blank and they could fill in the information, take it to a bank and cash it? Fuck no. Absolutely not. That part I have an issue with. And Hunter, thank you for the 3 months of a T3 in advance. Thank you very much.
People like lose their credit card or debit card and then they forget to resubscribe to your service, and that's how you lose a bunch of subscriptions. They're trying to avoid that by getting direct access to your bank account, because at the bottom of every check is your routing number and your checking account number. Okay, that makes sense. Pretty smart. The reason I don't do it and most other subscription services don't do it is because it's kind of a big ask from the customer to be like, hey, just give me all your banking information with direct access to your bank account and I'll be responsible with it, which is an even bigger ask when you're running a gym where everything is Barney purple.
Bro, what the fuck you mean, dog?
So obviously, I don't want to give them direct access to my bank account, but I want to be able to get this gym membership for my wife, so I offer a compromise, which is like, hey, I'm not going to give you access to my bank account, but I will pay for the entire 1-year membership up front right now, and we can just be done with it. Just take the cash. That's what you're after, right? Businesses are trying to make money, and the clerk is like, no, we have to have a blank check.
Yeah. And I think I know the reason why they do this. They do this because, well, Nick's probably going to get into it. I should let Nick say and not do spoilers on it. I know why they do it this way. It's not only that they forget to cancel, it's that they make it damn near impossible to cancel. And while you're fighting to try and cancel where you forget, they're still taking your money. No, it's not identity theft because you actually have gone into because the contract that you sign with Planet Fitness says you are agreeing to these terms. So no, it would not be identity theft.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay, red alarms all over my head like you have to have my banking information. Why? Okay, this entire time I was under the impression you guys were trying to get money, but apparently you're not trying to get money because I'm offering you money and you're saying, no, we won't accept that. We'll only accept your banking information. So you're not trying to get money. You're trying to get my personal banking information, which sounds like a fucking scam. I've got to figure out what's going on.
Hey, he's the face of the Planet Fitness CEO when he realized Nick has just opened up a new binder. CEO gets a phone call. Sir, another binder has hit the desk.
Okay, so we leave, we go home, I start looking into it, nothing makes any sense. I knew Planet Fitness was big, but they are massive. They're way bigger than I would have ever thought. This company is valued at $7 billion, and they made $1.3 billion last year. Okay, but that's not the issue in that of itself.
Shit.
It's a big company. Yeah, like whatever, that's fine. But here's the kicker. They only have 2,722 locations, which is a lot, but it's not a lot when you realize they have 21 million members. That's more than 7,500 members per location. That shouldn't be possible.
Holy shit.
Okay, this is a 20,000 square foot facility, which has a maximum capacity of 200. And maximum capacity isn't defined by this is how many people can be working out in the gym at one time efficiently. No, maximum capacity is determined by the fire marshal with like, how many motherfuckers can we fit in this room without people dying in a fire trying to rush out? So at 7,500 members, if 1% of your members show up at any given time, which seems pretty likely, you're telling me that every piece of equipment in the gym would be taken up. And if 3 to 5% show up, there'd be so many people crammed in this gym that it would create a fire hazard. And somehow you're just operating away. And when I was in there in person, there was like 4 people there. What is going on? So I start scouring the internet, like I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. Obviously, whatever they're doing is genius because they're making $1 billion a year on gym memberships that seemingly nobody's using. And then it dawns on me, oh, they sell gym memberships, but don't actually want you to use the gym. It's genius. It defies all Business 101 logic, but in this one particular instance, it's absolutely genius, right? Business 101, give the customer what they want. Every other gym on the planet has been built with, I'm building a gym, I'm gonna build a gym for people that go to the gym so they give me money. Planet Fitness didn't say that. Planet Fitness said, I'm gonna build a gym and find people to pay for it and then convince them not to use it. Because when you zoom out, what is a gym selling? A gym isn't selling an experience. A gym isn't selling a good time. Nobody goes to the gym because they like going to the gym because it's fun.
Wrong.
Buh, I know the comments are going to disagree, but ultimately, nobody's...
Yeah, I mean, there's some, but predominantly speaking, he's right. Most people that go to the gym are not going there for fun. They're going because they're a fat ass or they've been told they're a fat ass and they want to get in shape or they want to basically, you know, slim down so they can wear that sexy bikini to the beach this summer.
Starts working out because they're like, I just really want to pick something heavy up and put it down. No, you work out because you want to be in shape and fit and look good. And that is something that pretty much everybody wants to do. Buh, that's not true. Some people enjoy being in a bigger body. Buh. Shut the fuck up. That is not true. I know it's not true because every pop star in the past decade that made their entire career on being big, but they're still hot and sexy, the millisecond Ozempic, AKA the vaccine for being fat, came out. They all got on it, lost 100 pounds, and now their Instagram is full of nothing but them working out at the gym 24/7. That's a fucking lie.
Did that go the way you thought it was gonna go? Nope.
And whoever runs Planet Fitness correctly saw this because they went, oh, our niche isn't meatheads that are in the gym all the time that are jacked and really big and strong. Our niche is everybody. But that...
Yeah, because the meatheads that are jacked all the time, guess what they do in the gym? They grunt. They wear string tank tops. They yell when they're pushing themselves to the limit, and they just drop heavy ass weights on the ground that go clanked all the damn time. Yeah, they power lift. They do flexes. Yeah, basically the meatheads are exactly who Planet Fitness doesn't want. They basically cater it to suckers. Realistically, they're catering to suckers who they can basically con into going, oh yeah, we're going to get you into that bikini ready body for sure, not do fuck all, and then keep billing you when you say, I really just don't feel like going to the gym anymore. You stop going to the gym, but they keep taking your money, and we haven't even gotten to the part where they make cancellation next to fucking impossible.
1% of the population that's already, yoked up meatheads that are lifting in the gym all the time, they're already having their needs met by other gyms. So rather than opening up a gym and trying to compete for that 1%, what if we just opened up a gym and tried to take the other 99%? It's It's brilliant. Which raises the question, how do you market to these people? Because there's obviously a reason these people aren't going to the gym. We got to figure out what that reason is. And the biggest reason is they're intimidated or they don't know what to do. They've never worked out in their life. They walk into a gym, they see a bunch of big tattooed strong guys lifting up heavy weights, banging shit around, being loud. They get intimidated. They think this isn't the place for me. If I try to do what they're doing, I'm going to look weak. I'm going to look stupid. They're going to have negative thoughts about me. Everybody's going to be judging me, which is 99% of the time ridiculous. People at the gym will absolutely help you.
Yeah, that's I was just about to say that, and you sort of dive into it. The misconceptions about the gym are a little sad. Because the majority of like professionals, like professional gym goers that go all the time, that they're really well in shape, like gym bros will absolutely help you if you need help. They will absolutely like point out if you're doing something wrong, but they'll do so in a kind way. They'll say like, well, they'll approach you and say like, what do you what is it that you're looking to accomplish with this workout? And you tell them, they go, okay, can I show you a way that would be more effective that I've seen work a lot? And they'll actually like help you. I do remember, Drowner, thank you for the 25 gifteds over on Kick. Thank you so very much. Right in the middle of my speech. Of course you would do this in the middle of my speech. Thank you, Drowner. Thank you. Yes, you're right. They'll fix your form. I vividly remember one particular encounter that I saw online about in regards to a gym bro. It is that like there was a gym bro and there was a woman there. Thank you, Drew. Thank you very much. There was a gym bro. And like there was a woman at the gym and she was like, I think she was like looking at herself and she didn't like that she basically had like a tummy. But it wasn't actually her tummy, it was like in the area of her womb. Like basically her like the area of her stomach where her womb sat kind of rounded out a little bit. It wasn't like taut and flat. And yes, the womb video. Some of you guys may have seen this. And she was like saying like like basically I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact clip, was basically like uncomfortable with it. And this gym bro explained to her like this is your womb. This is, a beautiful thing. This is not an indication that you're fat. This is an indication that you are a woman and an amazing creature, and that you have the capability of growing life in there. And like basically just made her feel so much better about herself when she was feeling very uncertain about her body. And it was a beautiful and touching moment. I've seen other videos where, somebody's working out and they're not, their form is off or something, and the gym bro will come over and help you and say like, hey, can I show you a way that might make this more effective for you to basically, achieve the workout that you're trying to achieve. And like, there are so many videos out there of gym bros just being some of the most wholesome individuals you will ever see. And that's who the gym bros are. They get a bad rap essentially because when they're really working hard, they do so aggressively. They, when they're working hard, they're loud. They have an aggressive look on their face because they're lifting a fuck ton of weight. But the reality is they're sweethearts. They're absolute sweethearts. And are more than happy to help you. They're more than happy to stop their own workout to help you out if you're struggling. And it's, it's an unfortunate stereotype, but I do think with various like videos on social media showing gym bros being amazing people, with gym bro influencers like Joey Swole, and people like that. Like, I think the gym bro, the concept of the gym bro, I think people are starting to realize that they're not the meathead assholes that they've always been portrayed by Hollywood. And thankfully, I think it's the public perception, I think, is beginning to change on that.
The biggest, strongest dude in that gym is probably the nicest guy on the planet, but it's not the vibe they give off, so a lot of people get intimidated. And that is absolutely true. I've been coaching jujitsu for years and years, and I can't tell you the amount of people that tell me, I really want to try jujitsu, but I need to get in shape first. The people that think they need to get in shape before they go to the gym is insane. It's counterintuitive. Like, you go to the gym to get in shape. You don't have to get in shape to go to the gym, but that's what people think.
Spare me.
So Planet Fitness is like, okay, the big scary gym dudes are scaring off all the normal people. What do we do about that? I know. We'll discriminate against the big scary meatheads. Okay, how do you discriminate against a group of people?
Which is stupid. Which is so fucking stupid to do that. Because of the exact reasons I gave. It is the exact reasons I gave that the big gym bros are the ones that are going to help people more than any of them will. It's wrong and it's stupid too, because if they actually had gym bros there, like actual gym bros, the sweetheart guys that I've just been talking about, they would probably get more people actually showing up to their gym. Not that they want that. Not that fully understanding and appreciating that Planet Fitness does not want people to show up there in the first place, but if they had the gym bros there, then more people would actually show up.
Step one, you gotta have a good slur, right?
Yes, we do.
You gotta have a catchy derogatory term to describe these people, so we're gonna invent one. What are these meathead guys? Well, they're hunks, but also they're lame because they're scaring everybody. We're gonna call them lunks, and then we're gonna get the lunk alarm, which is a big red fucking siren that'll go off in the gym if anybody's being a douchebag or lifting heavy weight, and that'll discriminate against these guys so they don't want to work out there.
You're right, that's a lot less annoying than grunting.
Then we're going to run this gym like it's an HOA. We're going to have a little bit of redlining, if you will. We're going to institute a bunch of policies that directly target these people to let them know they're not welcome. What are they doing? They're walking around drinking water out of a gallon jug. No gallon jugs. They're wearing tank tops, showing off how big their arms are. No tank tops. What are they doing? They're dropping weights. They're lifting heavy things. They're grunting. They're being loud because they're actually working out. Not allowed.
Believe it or not, jail.
And then they had a diabolical stroke of genius, and they're like,
But by the way, did you see this guy? This guy, I'll back up a little bit. Look at what he does to set the alarm off.
What are they doing? They're dropping weights, they're lifting heavy things, they're grunting, they're being loud because they're actually working out.
That set the alarm off. By him resetting his weights after lifting heavy weights, that set the alarm off. Like, why would you're honestly going to be hearing that alarm more than anything. It would be the most annoying thing in the world, and I think that may be by design too. I don't know if Nick is going to go this route, but the fact that, like, I remember seeing a video a while ago that someone went to a Planet Fitness, took a pen, a writing instrument pen, tossed it onto the ground, and the lunk alarm went off because a pen hit the ground. So again, and I think he might go into this, that's the purpose, is that the lunk alarm is going to be going off so damn much, people are going to leave. They're going to be like, I don't want to work out in a place like this where the fucking alarm is going off all the goddamn time. I'm out. And then we get into the whole thing of how problematic it is to cancel a subscription there, and that will go on and elsewhere.
Not allowed.
Believe it or not, jail.
And then they had a diabolical stroke of genius, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to get rid of free weights altogether. Planet Fitness is just going to have cardio machines and then weight machines with cables. No free weights whatsoever.
Unplanet bullshit!
And then we're going to paint everything Barney purple. That way, if any meathead does try to go into Planet Fitness and wants to film shit for their Instagram where they're flexing in the mirror or whatever, it's going to get ruined by this Barney purple equipment, and then everybody's going to know that they're working out at Planet Fitness, which is going to have a negative stigma in the meathead community anyways, which is going to further keep these people out. Then we're going to blast our marketing out as no gym intimidation at Planet Fitness, and a bunch of people are going to flock to it, and that's exactly what happened, and that's why they have 20 million members. It's literally an entire...
It's basically, they conned the SJRs. They conned the SJRs, they conned the body positivity people, they conned the idiots to go, we won't judge you here, no judgments here, you just come in here and just be yourself and give us money. And because they're SJRs, because they're fucking idiots, because they're body positivity, and they're all about that, They bought it. Introverts as well. Possibly with the introverts, I would say like the introverts would be a side effect, I think. Honestly, I think the introverts would be a side benefit. Their marketing was to the SJRs and the body positivity. That was their target demographic. The introverts were basically a bonus if they can get it.
It's literally an entire business model built on discrimination, and to be honest with you, I think it's kind of funny.
This is our stretching area.
I lift things up.
So not only does this discrimination tactic get them a ton of new subscriptions, it also saves them a ton of money, because you know who ruins and breaks all the gym equipment? The big meatheads that are in there trying to break their new record, lifting more weight than they actually should be, dropping shit and ruining equipment. And guess who's not at that gym dropping and ruining equipment? All the meatheads. So now they have a longer life on all of their equipment, so they're actually making more money per member. Okay, but I know what you're thinking. Anybody could become a meathead. All you got to do is go to the gym, put in hard work for a sustained period of time, and then eventually you're going to be a jacked gym person too. Their own members are going to be turning into meatheads, which ruins the entire strategy.
You think that, huh?
Unless we guarantee that nobody becomes a meathead or nobody keeps lifting at the gym for a sustained period of time. And how are we going to do that? We're going to give away free fucking pizza.
Add 3 pounds to the scales in the women's locker room before you go home. Yes, sir.
Yes, the gym for a period of time was known for giving out free pizza to its members. I think they quit doing it during COVID, but the entire strategy is just fucking diabolical. Like, I get a new person coming in here, they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to be in shape, they do a hard workout, they feel like they've accomplished something, and then they walk by freshly baked pizza and they're like, you know what? I did work hard. I'm gonna go ahead and have a slice. And then they just undo all the hard fucking work they did, so they never gain any progress.
Look at this yummy. He's eating the fucking pizza while he's on the machine. if this is not the poster child for Planet Fitness right here, giant fat guy scarfing down a pizza while working out on the machine at the same time. Now, cheat days are actually a thing. Okay, that like any like serious bodybuilder or any serious fitness person will tell you that cheat days are in fact a thing. You want to maintain a good healthy diet, but you do get like you do have your cheat day like once a week. That is a thing, but it sounds like they always had free pizza sitting there every fucking day, so every day turned into a goddamn cheat day, and then it's no longer a cheat day. Now it's you're just cramming food down your gullet and nullifying any of your workout efforts that you just made.
Ensuring that A, they never become a jacked gym person, or B, they don't see any progress over the course of months and months, and they get discouraged and they quit. Which is the ultimate goal, because the only way you make gym equipment last longer than banning the meatheads is by banning everybody. If the gym equipment never gets used, it can't get worn out. Fucking science.
Get on the scale, son. Get off the scale.
So that's our product. That's what Planet Fitness is. Planet Fitness is a gym specifically designed for people that don't go to the gym. Okay, that's fine. It's obviously making a lot of money, but this doesn't answer the question, why the fuck do you need my banking information? Well, because you know who cancels their gym memberships? People that don't go to the fucking gym that are paying a gym membership.
We're fat and we're broke.
So now we get to the root of the problem. How do you keep somebody subscribed and paying for a service that they're probably not actually using? Well, you make it super cheap and hope they forget about it. And that's why Planet Fitness is like the cheapest gym out there. It's $15 a month. Or if you want their extra fancy card, it's $25 a month, their black card that allows you to have like access to the tanning beds and the massage beds and a bunch of other stuff. And then you can also go to any Planet Fitness in the country, and you're allowed to bring a friend with you every time you go for free. Okay, that's the plan. Super cheap. They forget they have a gym membership. They keep paying us. They don't come in. They don't use our equipment. Everything goes great. Next problem, if they forget they even have a gym membership, when that 1-year contract elapses, they're obviously not going to renew it because they forgot they had it. Now we bought ourselves 12 months, but what are we going to do in 12 months when we lose all of our members? Well, we're going to write it into the contract when they first come in and start their gym membership that unless they cancel, it's automatically going to renew.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
So now the only way these customers are going to stop paying Planet Fitness is if they actually cancel their membership, which raises a question. What if they cancel because they still might, because again, they're probably statistically not using this service.
Poor bastard. It's got to be his big break. We've got to fuck with him.
And this is where their business model goes from genius to diabolical and shitty. In order to have them not cancel their membership, we're gonna make it as painful and monotonous as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Step one, all of our memberships are going to have an annual membership fee that's gonna be $49 a year, and then you pay the monthly membership on top of that. Kind of like a credit card, which is probably why they call their premium membership the Black Card, because they're just ripping off Amex's business strategy. You know, because they charge an annual fee for their credit card, and then the fanciest Amex that you can have is the Amex Black Card. Now, obviously, charging $50 up front and then charging the first month's fee is gonna make it hard to get new members. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so it's only $1 when you come in to create your membership, but then every year after that, it's $49 billed immediately. Okay, and I know what you're thinking. Why would this make people more likely to keep their membership if they're gonna start getting billed even more money? Well, it's because it's billed automatically, and remember, you've probably forgotten that you have this gym membership until you see a bigger charge on your card randomly for $50, and then you look into it and you're like, oh shit, I still have that gym membership. I need to go in and cancel that. So you call in, at which point they will inform you, oh, well, because you've had a membership, even if it's just 1 day so far this year, we're still charging you the annual fee for the membership. So we're not giving you back your $49, but you can still cancel your membership. However, because that membership 12-year contract automatically renewed, it's also a $58 buyout fee. Now it is damn near as expensive to cancel your membership as it is to just keep it. So most people are gonna be like, fuck it, just keep it, and I'll remember in 12 months to cancel it then at the right time. You know.
This is when you call your bank and you say, I want to put a stop payment on any check going to Planet Fitness. If they're going to make it that complicated, you just cut them off at the source. Although maybe Nick is going to address that and maybe it's not going to not be possible. That would be my first thought, is like they go, oh, it's a $59 buyout for you to do this. I would think that my first thought would be, cool. Hang up the phone, pick up the phone, dial the bank and go, hi, I'd like to stop all payments going to Planet Fitness, please.
Ever will.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now, the other option is you're somebody like me, you kind of have an attitude problem, and when somebody screws you over, you just don't ever want to work with them again. Like, fine, I'll front the money, I'll pay it. I don't ever want to work with you ever again. That's fine. So you call in and try to cancel your membership. You're willing to pay all these fees to leave, and then you're informed you're not allowed to cancel your membership over the phone. You have to come into the gym to do it.
Oh, fuck you.
But it can't just be any Planet Fitness. It has to be the Planet Fitness where you originally started your membership, which raises the question, what the fuck do I do if I move to a different part of the country? I have to catch a flight back to the previous location that I lived to cancel this membership?
I've heard of people straight up getting new bank account number because Planet Fitness is so difficult to get. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I could see that. I absolutely could fucking see that. That's why I said, like, or you call the bank and you tell the bank, I want to stop payment on any payments to Planet Fitness. I want to basically block them off from my bank account. Like, I don't even think you would need to go the route of close your bank account. I suspect that if you go to the bank and tell them, like, look, I went out of Planet Fitness, but I signed up in this state. I no longer live in that state. I'm in this state. And they want me to go back to that state, to that Planet Fitness to cancel them off. I want to actually cut them off at the knees and not give them access to... Nope, he covers that? Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Nick's already thought that. Let's hear what he says.
No. That would be outrageous. They have a remote option, and that remote option is to send them a certified letter requesting your cancellation, okay? Not send a letter, send a certified letter. For those of you that don't know what that means, you can't just grab a letter, put a stamp on it, put it in your mailbox, and lift the little flag up. No. You gotta take your happy ass all the way to the fucking post office, and then they have to pay extra postage to have it be a certified letter to make sure they get it.
Oh, you're serious.
Remember, this is all by design. Make it as painful and monotonous as possible so they don't cancel their membership. So they just go, fuck it, I guess I'm just paying them $15 a month for the rest of forever.
Oh, God. I just realized the creators of Planet Fitness watched Friends. That's where they got this idea. That is where the creators of Planet Fitness got their idea. They watched Friends. For those of you that don't know about it, there was an episode of Friends where Ross and Chandler joined a gym. and then they wanted to quit the gym. And they kind of sort of made it difficult, but at the same time, they also used a sexy fitness model to seduce them so they wouldn't want to quit the gym. And Chandler's whole thing is, I want to quit the gym. And then they just, and because they couldn't quit the gym, they said, fuck it, we're going to go to the bank itself and we're going to cut them off at the source and we're going to quit the, close our account or whatever it was. And they get there. And then of course they had the sexy model bear at the bank and Chandler was like, I want to quit the bank. And, it's all funny bit thing. But again, see, they get this idea of doing all this from friends. And I wonder if Nick is going to use a clip from that episode in his video here.
Because this is frustrating as shit. Okay, but that's not even the worst part. The worst part is, remember who their niche target audience is at the end of the day. I'm not saying everybody at Planet Fitness is like this, but a significant portion are, because this is who they cater to. A significant portion of the people that go to Planet Fitness experience extreme social anxiety. Remember, they're marketing to people that are so self-conscious and so socially anxious that they can't fathom lifting weights in a room where somebody big and strong is also lifting weights, because they're fearing that they're going to get judged and that's going to make them feel bad. And now the only way to cancel this membership is to go in person and be confrontational with a person, which is something they're not likely to do. Again, making it extremely unlikely that somebody's going to cancel their membership.
Outside bad. The sun's scary. He's not my friend. He wants to hurt me. Safer.
And this finally answers my original question. Why the fuck do you need my banking information? Put yourself in their average customer's shoes. You have extreme social anxiety. You do not like confrontation with other people, especially in person. You do not want people having negative thoughts towards you. You loathe that feeling. And now you're stuck in a situation where you can either pay them $15 or $25 a month or put yourself through that. Or there is a third option. You could just cancel the debit card or credit card or report it stolen, then they won't have your info anymore, and then they can't bill you. Membership terminated, and that's why they want your bank account information, so you can't even fucking do that. Now you are forced into one of two options. Option A, you jump through all their bullshit hoops that they've manufactured to make sure as difficult and monotonous as possible, and then finally cancel your membership. Or B, you go and call your bank and tell them, quit giving my money to Planet Fitness, at which point Planet Fitness can legally still charge you internally and then send it off to collections on their behalf.
What?
This issue became so...
Are you fucking kidding me? That sounds criminal as fuck. That if you cut them off, they're gonna say, well, we're still gonna charge you and we're gonna fuck your credit up. That alone, the fact that that alone is an option is a fuckity buy from me before I even walk in the door the first time. Like, knowing that that is an option for them, I would never even consider them in the first place, and I would tell anybody I know that is considering it not to fucking do it. They're not allowed to do it anymore. Yeah, what workaround did they figure out to get around this stuff? The fact that they were willing to do that, the fact that they were going to do this in the first place, and now they're not allowed to do that specific thing, means that their scumbag CEO and everyone that works for him is now trying to find a different route to go to accomplish the same goal, just not in the same way that it was ruled on that they're not allowed to do. That is a scumbag company that is guaranteed to be looking to try and find any possible way to fuck you in the ass without even the courtesy of lubricant by these people. And I would not trust them at all.
Bad that the FTC finally stepped in. They tried to pass a law that's still pending, basically saying gyms can't do this shit. So Planet Fitness has since added an option where you are allowed to cancel your membership online. Obviously, they've made it as difficult as humanly possible to find. So difficult, in fact, that if you YouTube how to cancel your Planet Fitness membership, there's multiple videos with tens of thousands of views. And when you read the comments, a lot of them say, this still doesn't work. I've been trying to cancel my Planet Fitness membership for over a year. One of the top comments even said they had to get a lawyer to send a cease and desist
Look, bullshit. I'm suing them and might turn into class action because I've been trying for over a year. That doesn't work. Phone calls don't work. Messages at home club don't work. And even serve them with legal cease and desist. And that didn't work. And still charging monthly. We got the bank involved and will be called as a witness. DOJ is investigating this scam by ABC that handles most of the memberships for numerous other gyms too across USA, like Anytime and Golds. Wow. That is fucked. That is absolutely fucked. Why in God's name would anyone even consider doing anything with this company? Holy shit. Yeah, it does need to be a class action. 100%. They need to bring a class action lawsuit against this company. Absolutely. And yeah, if you were signed up for Planet Fitness, fucking quit. Fucking quit tomorrow. You might have to eat that $58, but quit. Get out of it. 100%. Just get the fuck out of it. Your wife has been trying to cancel for 6 months? Jesus, Invictus. God, Invictus, I would keep an eye out for any class actions that are looking to get brought against Planet Fitness and have her jump in on it if possible. It's just, holy fuck. You had to change your bank accounts? Yeah, but Vegino, we just saw it. Just changing the bank accounts doesn't work because then they're going to charge you internally and it's going to ding your credit score. So changing the bank accounts doesn't fix it. They're probably still dinging you. You need to check on that. That they could still be charging you internally and sending you to collections. Like this is an absolute fucking nightmare. Oh, you are? It's didn't ask. Yeah. This is like lawsuits need to start getting filed. Massive class action, multi-million-dollar lawsuits need to get charged against Planet Fitness. Like, what the fuck? This is insane. Yeah, you're right. It is like the new mob. You're right. It's a legal mob.
Over a year. One of the top comments even said they had to get a lawyer to send a cease and desist to get Planet Fitness to stop billing their account, and they still haven't done it, and he's planning on taking them to court and suing them.
Hell yes.
And then, from what I'm able to gather online, apparently, because it's a franchise and different owners own different Planet Fitnesses, they can institute their own policy where even if you do cancel online, they still make you come in and cancel in person, meaning, what the fuck is the point? So yeah, that's the entire business model. Basically, we'll make a gym that functions like an HOA so we can filter out all the people that we don't want. Then once we get all the people we do want that aren't confrontational, we'll make it as difficult as possible for them to ever leave.
Because here's
Fuck.
We're better than you. And we know it.
And that's why they can have 7,500 members per location, which originally didn't make sense, but it makes sense now. It's just a diabolical money printing machine. It was such a good idea. Yeah. Create a place for non-gym people to go work out at the gym and become gym people where they didn't have to fear getting judged, which you don't have to fear that at 99% of gyms anyways, but people feel that way. So they catered to those people. They wanted to get more people healthy and in the gym, and it's just the worst fucking execution and follow through you could possibly imagine. So needless to say, I will not be giving my banking information to Planet Fitness. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch, maybe drink some Echelon. All that's over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. Okay, I was not anticipating doing a hit piece video. I don't enjoy doing these. It happened, okay? I don't know what to say. I'm gonna get fucking sued one of these days. See you later.
Worth it. And besides, Nick probably has a full binder on these fuckers that he can bring with him to court. They should be more scared of him than he should be scared of them. Let's not fuck with it. Slowly Yeah, anybody, like, in my chat, anybody watching my videos, if you have a subscription to Planet Fitness, fucking cancel that immediately. Cancel it. Do whatever you can and fucking cancel this shit. For the love of God, these people are criminals. They are scum and they are criminals. And I hope to God they get the ever-living shit suit out of them very soon.